Hello, I am Supriya Bankar. In this video, we will discuss the effect of inhibitors and activators. Effect of inhibitors on enzyme activity. Enzyme inhibition refers to the ability to reduce or lose the activity of the enzyme but does not cause the denaturation of the enzyme protein. Enzyme inhibition is mainly caused by changes in the chemical properties of the essential group of enzyme. Compound that cause enzyme inhibition are called inhibitors. So, what is meant by inhibitor? Inhibitor will bind to the enzyme and reduces the activity of enzyme. It does not denature the enzyme. It should be noted that enzyme inhibition is different from enzyme inactivation, and inhibitors are also different from the denaturants. Uh, Inhibition, and there are two types. Inhibitors are reduces the activity. It does not denatures the structure of the enzyme, and it does not converted enzyme into inactive form. It decreases the activity of enzyme. Enzyme inhibition includes reversible inhibition and irreversible inhibition. So enzyme inhibitors are of two types: irreversible inhibitors and irreversible inhibitor. What is meant by reversible? You know that there are two types of reaction: reversible reaction and irreversible reaction. Same way, there are two types of inhibition: reversible inhibition. What is meant by reversible inhibition? The inhibitor bind to the enzyme temporary, loss of the enzyme activity, and after removing the inhibitor, enzyme will have its maximum activity, that is a normal activity. Reversible inhibition refers to the temporary loss of enzyme activity caused by the binding of inhibitors to the enzyme protein in a non-covalent manner. Inhibitors bind to the enzyme with the non-covalent bond, and you know that non-covalent bond is a weaker bond, so that the enzyme and inhibitor will dissociate. Reversible inhibitors can be removed by the physical methods such as the dialysis, and can partially or completely restores the enzyme activity. So we can simply remove the inhibitor which is bind to the enzyme by some physical methods. We can use the dialysis, and after removing the inhibitor from the enzyme will restore its enzyme activity. Reversible inhibition includes competitive inhibition, uncompetitive inhibition, non-competitive inhibition, and mixed inhibition. Let us see one by one. First one is the competitive inhibition. What is meant by competitive inhibition? Word itself describe it. Competitive means it compete with the substrate. The inhibitor will have the structure same as that like of a substrate, and that inhibitor will bind at the active site of an enzyme, and it will compete with the substrate. That is called as a competitive inhibition. The chemical structure of competitive inhibitor is similar to that of the substrate, so that can compete with substrate and bind to enzyme's active site. When the competitive inhibitors bind to the active center of enzyme, the substrate is excluded from the reaction center, resulting in the inhibition of the enzymatic reaction. Competitive inhibition can usually be eliminated by the increasing the concentration of substrate, that is improving the competitiveness of the substrate. So simply the competitive inhibitor will bind at the active site of an enzyme, and when the competitive inhibitor will bind at the active site, there is no reaction. Uh, when we increases the some substrate concentration, this inhibitor will be removed from that active site, and substrate will bind to that active site of an enzyme. And this is the diagrammatic representation. This is the normal way enzyme and substrate will bind together to form enzyme substrate complex. There is a formation of product and enzyme will free. And in the presence of competitive inhibitor, that competitive inhibitor will bind at the active site of an enzyme, formation of enzyme inhibitor complex, and that cannot allowed to bind with the substrate and there is a no reaction occur. This one is the competitive inhibitor. Second type is called as a non-competitive inhibition. In this non-competitive inhibition, inhibitor will bind to the enzyme substrate complex, not to the free enzyme. Enzymes can bind to both the substrate and non-competitive inhibitors. That is, there is no competition between the substrate and the non-competitive inhibitors. After the enzyme binds to non-competitive inhibitor, it can also bind to substrate, and after the enzyme bind to the substrate, it can also bind to the non-competitive inhibitors. So enzyme at a time will bind with the substrate also and will bind to the non-competitive inhibitor. So that enzyme will have another site. To that site, the non-competitive inhibitor will bind. And this type of enzymes are called as the allosteric enzymes. What is meant by allosteric enzymes? The enzymes which is having another site rather than the active site of an enzyme. So they will have another site. To that site, this inhibitor molecule will bind. However, in this case, the intermediate product of the enzymatic reaction cannot be further decomposed into product. So the enzyme activity is reduced. Intermediate product, that is mean when inhibitor, competitive inhibitor is binding to the enzyme, it cannot be converted into the product. So see this diagrammatic representation. This is the normal way. Enzyme bind to the substrate and formation of enzyme substrate complex. That enzyme substrate complex is broken down into the product and the enzyme, and this is the non-competitive inhibitor will bind to the enzyme, and substrate also bind to the enzyme, and there is a formation of enzyme substrate inhibitor, and this complex will not form or not broken down into the product. So this is the second type of inhibition, which is called as a non-competitive inhibition. The third one is called as uncompetitive inhibition. In uncompetitive inhibition, the inhibitor binds only to substrate enzyme complex. This type of inhibition causes Vmax to decrease and Km to decrease. In case of uncompetitive inhibition, it does not bind to the free enzyme. Inhibitor will bind only to the enzyme substrate complex only. This is called as uncompetitive inhibitor. In this case, Vmax and the Km both will be decreases. What is mean by Vmax? It is a maximum velocity. And what is mean by Km? It is a substrate concentration at the maximum velocity, half of the maximum velocity. We will discuss this term in detail in the enzyme kinetics, but a time being, this in case of uncompetitive inhibitor, both will be the decreases. Vmax and the Km both will be decreases, and uncompetitive inhibitor will bind to the enzyme substrate complex. So this inhibitor is a uncompetitive inhibitor will bind to this enzyme substrate complex, formation of enzyme substrate inhibitor complex, and there is no production of the product. And last one is called as a mixed inhibition. In a mixed inhibition, the inhibitor can bind to the enzyme at the same time as the enzyme substrate. However, the binding of the inhibitor affects the binding of the substrate and vice versa. This type of inhibition can be reduced but not overcome by increasing the substrate concentration. When the enzyme and substrate bind together at that same time, the inhibitor will bind to the enzyme and substrate. So there is a formation of enzyme substrate inhibitor complex, and this inhibitor cannot be removed by increasing the concentration of the substrate. So this is called as a mixed type of the inhibition. So we studied the four types of inhibition: competitive inhibition, non-competitive inhibition, uncompetitive inhibition, and last one is called as a mixed competitive inhibition. These all are the examples of reversible inhibition. So last we will see the second type, irreversible inhibition. What is meant by irreversible inhibition? If the inhibitor is bind to the enzyme, it cannot be removed from the enzyme. That is called as a irreversible inhibition. Irreversible means Irreversible inhibition means that the inhibitor covalently bind to the functional group of active center of the enzyme, thus inhibiting the activity of enzyme. In case of reversible inhibition, the inhibitor will bind to the enzyme with a non-covalent bond, but in case of irreversible inhibition, the inhibitor will bind to the enzyme with the covalent bond. So it is a strong bond and it cannot be broken. Irreversible inhibitors cannot be removed by the physical methods such as the dialysis and restore the enzyme activity. So this irreversible inhibitor cannot be removed by the physical method, but the reversible inhibitor can be removed by the physical methods. Irreversible inhibitors often contain reactive functional groups such as the nitrogen mustard, aldehyde, haloalkanes, alkenes, phenyl sulfonates, or fluorophosphone. So write down this name in the MCQ. They will ask the which group are present at the active group of that irreversible inhibitors. So these are the functional group which are present on the irreversible inhibitors. I am repeating again. Write down these names: nitrogen, mustards, aldehydes, haloalkanes, alkenes, phenyl sulfonates, or the fluorophosphones. And these irreversible inhibitors are generally specific for one class of enzyme and do not inactivate all the proteins. They do not function by destroying protein structure, but by specifically altering the active site of their target. So this irreversible inhibitor also not denatures the protein, it alters the active site of an enzyme. So this is the second type of the inhibition, that is called as irreversible inhibition. So this is the this all about inhibition. Next we will see the what is the effect of activator on the enzyme activity. Enzyme activators are chemical compound that increases a velocity of enzymatic reaction. Their action are opposite to the effect of enzyme inhibitors. Among activators, we can find out ions, small organic molecule, as well as peptide, protein, and the lipid. So this activator, which increases the rate of reaction, that is, it increases the enzyme activity. The effect is opposite to the effect of inhibitor. Inhibitor decreases the rate of reaction, that is, the decreases enzyme activity, but this activator increases the rate of the reaction. And examples are the some ions, some organic molecules, peptide, protein, and the lipid molecules. These are the examples of activator molecule. There are many enzymes that are specifically and directly activated by small inorganic molecule, mainly by the cations such as the calcium ion, which is a second messenger. Among enzyme activated by calcium, we can find different regulatory enzyme, in particular phospholipase 2, protein kinase C, and aldenyl cyclases. So these are the names of enzyme. These enzymes, the calcium act as a activator molecule. This enzyme usually have a special site for the calcium binding, and this binding of the calcium with it results in the change of the enzyme conformation that increases the enzyme activity. After the binding of calcium to this enzyme, that is the protein kinase C, phospholipase 2 increases the enzyme activity of this enzyme. So simply inhibitor decreases the activity of the enzyme and activators increases the activity of enzyme. Thank you.